Hello and welcome to How to Toots 117, and we are currently in 117.1. And today's tutorial is how to build an item sorter stroke filter. So let's go and have a look at what we've got. Two versions of an item sorter. We have a smaller one, which is a non-protected, non-overflow protected version, and we also have a bigger version here, which is an overflow protected. And now they both work the same way, but the large one can be tiled side by side, and the smaller one has to be tiled with a 1 block gap in between. As you can see, these filters are both working away here. One has been set to poppies and one has been set to iron. So poppies there and iron there. And as you can see, the iron has gone in here and the poppies have gone in here, and it is working lovely. Poppies are going in now. Next, the iron will be coming through. And as you can see there, so they both sort out your items perfectly well. When you're building the bigger one, you can stack them next to each other. When you're building the smaller one, you'll have to leave a 1 block gap in between each of the sorters. For the smaller sorter, you're going to need 5 building blocks of your choice, 1 repeater, 1 redstone torch, 1 comparator, 2 redstone dust, 2 hoppers, your storage system. You will then also need 4 filter items and 18 of the item that you want sorted. For the larger of the sorters, which is the overflow protected one, which you can then link next to each other, you will need 6 blocks of your choice, 1 repeater, 1 redstone torch, 1 comparator, 3 redstone dust, 2 hoppers, and then going into your sorting system, so that's as many chests as you want. And then again, you will need 1 filter item in each slot. So there's 4 filter items altogether, 1 in each of the end slots, and 41 of the item that you want to sort. Let's get on with the tutorial. The first item sorter we're going to build today is the smaller one of the two, and that is the non-overflow protected one. This is also a useful sorter, so you can build it. You don't have to build the overflow protected one, but there are differences in the two. So what you want to do is, this is going to be where the copper is where our line of hoppers is. This is where all our items are filtering through from our farms of various sorts. So what you want to do is take from where the hopper line is coming, you want to go 2 blocks back, place a temporary block on top of that one. In the front, we're going to place 2 blocks, on the top 1, and on the back, we're going to place 1 there. We can now break the temporary block. We will place a repeater in there on default setting, and at the front we will place a redstone torch. On the top we're going to put a comparator, and then running off the back of the comparator there's 2 lines of redstone dust. So it will look like that. Then we want to grab our hopper, place 1 in facing into the comparator. Then we'll use our temporary blocks, break 1 there, place a hopper into the other temporary block, and then we'll place a chest on here. Now this hopper here, depending on how you're sorting your items and how many you're going to have, you can have the hopper facing either side as well as forward. We then want to go to our anvil, and then we'll get, I have done this already, place a 64 stackable item into the anvil and then rename it. This just stops it clogging up the filter later on down the line. So if any, like I'm using cobblestone, if any cobblestone ended up falling into this hopper line, it would end up breaking the filter out. So that's why we name it. You want to place 1 of each in the last 4 blocks of the hopper, and then for this one we are going to be placing 18 items of what we want to filter. So for this example here we're using iron, so you've got 18 iron in there. And then this will work now by, if I put the iron in this chest here, it's going to run through this hopper line, and then once it gets to the filter, it's going to run through, and then every time it goes above 18, this redstone signal is going to increase to a point where it's going to set off this repeater. Once the repeater lights up, it unlights the torch, which then opens the filter up to allow the iron to go through. And that's pretty much how that works. So now onto the overflow protection item sorter, the bigger of the two. And again, what you want to do is find your hopper line there, which is represented by these copper blocks, and you're going to go back 1, 2, 3, place your temporary block up there, place 2 blocks up there, 1 there, and 1 at the back, and you're now going to put an extra block at the front, which is why you're going one more block back. Break your temporary block, place your repeater facing forward, place your redstone torch, and then on that extra block is where you're going to place your comparator. You'll then get your redstone dust, and instead of the 2 now, you're going to go 1, 2, 3 redstone dust back, and this is what helps it protect the system. You'll then get your hopper, place that into your comparator, and like before, you place your temporary block, another temporary block there, place your hopper facing forward, and then place your storage in the front. So this will end up being whatever storage you end up using. So you could have a mass storage system or a small storage system. We will then again place our filter item like we did before, naming it in the anvil, in there, and this time we're going to want 41 items. That's how much that will build up to before it ends up sending a signal through. We can then put our iron in the chest at the top, and again it will come through, light up the repeater, which then will then unlock this hopper here, and your items will start filtering through, and this will always remain at 41. Now, how this works is if you had 2 next to each other, once this backed up and filled up, and this ended up being over 41 in here, and the signal got too strong, it would never be strong enough, even when this reached a stack inside, for the signal to come down here across onto the next one, and then lighting up this one. It will only ever be strong enough to fill the 3 units up. And that's why it doesn't break the next tiled sorter next to it. So you can have a whole line of these. If you enjoyed the tutorial, then give me the thumbs up. If you really enjoyed it, then hit that sub button to be notified for more tutorials. If you run into problems, why not join the Discord? I'll leave the description down below. Then you can ask any questions that you have, and then stay to chat and show off your builds. Anyway, thanks for watching. Ciao for now.